Hey guys, welcome to another Property Guys podcast.
We're back. Impromptu podcast.
It was set up. We just kind of stole this space.
Yeah, we just came into the set and we're like, I guess we're doing a podcast. All right.
It looks oddly familiar to a podcast Tammy just did. Weird.
Yeah, it sure does.
Makes you wonder.
So what are we talking about today?
Let's talk about our trip to Florida.
Ooh, I like that.
Some takeaways from that.
Yeah.
Of course, the state of the market right now in San Diego. I think people want to hear about that.
Yep.
Give valuable advice. Mm-hmm. And who knows whatever tangent we run into.
Whatever other direction we go.
Yeah,
right.
It could be anywhere.
So you guys may or may not know, but we went to Florida to prep for our new show, Homestead Revival. That's a shameless plug, by the way.
Yep, I like shameless plugs.
And Florida's a very different place in California right now, so we wanted to kind of share some observations that we had. And, you can figure out what side of the fence you stand on, but I think it's interesting. So what did you see there and kind of what's your analysis?
Well, the one thing I really liked about Florida is you can do things. You can go places.
Imagine that.
We watched a live show. We watched a band.
Don't tell me.
It was a one-man band. The guy was awesome.
People saw live music together?
Yeah, we were together in the same building.
Oh, gosh. How scary.
We were all safe. You would wear your mask to the table, but when you're at the table, you obviously took it off and hung out.
Oh, my gosh.
It wasn't like packed. It was very moderately filled, but nothing packed, so they're being safe about it.
Say it ain't so, Glenn.
But, I didn't die. I'll tell you that. I'm here today.
Yes, folks, my sarcasm is oozing through. So Florida's done something that's kind of bizarre. They've let people actually live.
Yeah, they let businesses operate. Weird.
Yeah, really weird.
I don't know what that's all about.
Yeah, it's very odd. But anyway, we were able to go to bars, restaurants.
Only one bar, though.
See live music. Just have a nice time at the beach. We did do some work. It's not like we just did this the whole time. But
I got a point.
Go ahead.
Speaking of things I really enjoyed in Florida that we did that you can't do out here, is we actually had a drink and went on a walk down the beach.
Ooh, that was fun.
And watched sunset.
That was fun.
With a drink in your hand.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Can't do that in San Diego.
On the beautiful Siesta Key.
Beautiful Siesta Key. I love that place.
At sunset. We literally had drinks in our hand, watched the sunset over the water because it faces the Gulf, so it's facing the right direction.
Yep.
And literally waded probably knee-high in the water.
Oh, I jumped in.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
So what advice would you have for our faithful leadership here in California? Now that we've seen the way Florida's working and how the businesses are booming, by the way.
Right.
What advice would you have?
The advice is you can be safe and let people live their lives.
That's a novel concept.
Yeah. And you can have people take personal responsibility for wearing masks and washing their hands.
My gosh, personal responsibility.
Staying 6 feet apart. One thing I love is this whole stay 6 feet away from me. Mm-hmm. I love this rule should be practiced forever into eternity.
All the time.
Everyone who's at Costco, who's around me, stay 6 feet away from me. Right. I love that rule.
Could you imagine?
Can we just do that forever?
When your kids are just bugging the you-know-what out of you, you'd be like, hey, look, 6 foot rule, okay?
Yeah, it goes for my kids
rule.
too. 6 foot rule.
Yeah. That should be an automatic bubble around you. You know what I mean?
Well, my wife might give me that rule, so I don't know.
So the areas we're in Florida, getting back to Florida, were Tampa, St. Pete, Sarasota, and then we went as far south as Siesta Key. Yep. All beautiful, all very different. What was your favorite place that you went?
Siesta Key is definitely my favorite. I'm a beach guy. I'm a beach bum. Mm-hmm. I like to say I'm a beach bum, although I'm not technically a beach bum. But I love the beach. I'm a beach dude.
Beach dude. I'll tell you, the last day we were there...
what was your favorite?
Well, I'm going to talk.
Oh, my bad.
I did love Siesta Key, but I'm going to go a different direction. So
cool.
The last day we were there, we went to this thing called the Armature Works Building.
Yeah,
big, giant, warehouse building. And it was right there on the river that goes through Tampa. And we went to the rooftop bar. They had a DJ going. The sun was out. Everybody was enjoying their life. We had a couple drinks before we went to the airport, and it just kind of wrapped up the whole trip. So for me,
very cool.
That was a very nice moment. It was kind of a reflective moment on the whole trip, and it really made me appreciate everything you guys are doing in Florida. Congratulations, because we need to step it up.
Yeah, that was a great way to end the trip.
It really was.
Very cool, very relaxing. Just getting some vitamin D in you.
Yeah.
And enjoying a drink with a DJ.
And we try to get political on this show because we're not political.
Not very political.
But you can see it with your eyes when businesses are open and they're thriving and people are safe, that's probably a better route to go than being restrictive and closing businesses down.
Yeah, I think so. Let's not destroy people's lives.
Let's
trying
not
to save
destroy
people's
them.
lives.
Now, I did think it was super interesting that we went around. We did a lot of interviews and we talked to a lot of people. We did beach interviews with Stormy. We went around and asked people where they're from and all that. And literally, I think one person out of like 20 the whole trip was from Florida. And I thought that was really interesting.
That's a funny correlation that we get that a lot out here. It's probably in all sunny states and sunny
That could
and
be.
nice climate or nice weather cities.
Yeah, that could be. All right. So now that we're done with the Florida trip, why don't you share what's going on here in San Diego and the state of the market? Because it's kind of wacky.
State of the market. So, yeah, I'll take you through just a real-life example and where I was coming from. We took a listing over in Fletcher Hills on Blackbird.
Yep. Hi, Mark. Hi, Marissa.
Hey, guys. So we're going to sell your house for a lot of money. What I wanted to do as an old school agent, I wanted to kind of keep it as the old days. I'm like, I hate it when it's like we're only showing Saturday, Sunday, and that's it. Yeah. And it's like, really? I have other clients.
Yeah.
Do you have other clients?
And your offers due by 5 p.m. on Sunday. We'll be reviewing offers.
I work with more than one person at a time. Can more people do? Okay. Anyways, maybe I'm getting off on a tangent there.
A little bit.
I hate that. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep this thing open like 5 days. I'm going to get everyone through there as much as I can. Yeah. We're doing it old school.
You were noble. It was a noble cause.
I was trying to be noble.
Very noble.
Come to find out, Stormy, can you do me a favor? Can you give me my little cheat book over there, please?
Oh, yeah. You got to see this, you guys. It's crazy.
I said I put 50 people.
And Glenn does not write. Just FYI, Glenn always puts everything in his phone. He rarely writes stuff down.
I put everything in my phone.
I'm the writing
because I'll lose this.
Yeah.
But this was just how nuts it got. This is 50 viewings in basically 3 days. Yeah. My phone did not stop ringing. I was just like, I just have to write all these numbers down. And it just kept growing and growing and growing. And I got as many people in there as I possibly could. But after 3 days, the sellers were worn out. I kicked them out of their house for like 3 days straight.
I don't blame them.
Yeah. So it was just the end of it. I tried for the 5 days, like the old school, but buyers are hungry for San Diego property.
They are. And that gets back to the analogy that I was talking to you about before we started, which is the dating analogy. So if you're online and you're dating on the old school like Match.com or whatever else people are using this, I'm dating myself now. But anyway, point is you're looking through and you're like, oh, and then you set up dates. And the idea is that you're going to go on like 10 dates or 20 dates or 30, whatever it is. You're a serial dater. And eventually, supposedly, that right person's going to fit with you, and you're going to be like, oh, this is it. And you'll never go on a date again. You're going to have this beautiful relationship. This is the concept a lot of people have. And so what they do is when they're first going on those first couple dates, they might meet the perfect person. But in their head, they're thinking, oh, I got 5 more dates that I'm going to check out first before I commit to this person. And then by the time they get to it and they realize that first person was the one, that person's off the market because somebody else was smart enough to take them off the market.
Exactly.
So that's the analogy I use with buyers and homes is, and we're experiencing this, don't be the buyer who's like, oh, this is my first house I saw. Even though it's perfect, it checks every box, and you should move on it. You just sit around, and then you look at like 5 more, and then a month later, you're like, oh, I wish I had gotten that first house.
I get where people come from. That is really, it's one of the hardest things to do in real estate. You look at all these properties online. You finally get an appointment to see one. Yeah. You go look at it, and then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, I want to go see more. Yeah. Even though it's like the perfect home you found online. Exactly. It would fit all your needs. Exactly. It's just so hard for people to grasp the concept of, I saw one, and I'm locking it up.
Right. But how many offers do we have now in 3 days on this property?
About 8.
So clearly 8 people understood that they need to make a quick move and try to take it off the market.
We don't know how long they've been looking, though, either.
That's right. No, that's very true. It's very true.
So, I think we did a show about this. The longer they're in the market, those are the better
the most
offers.
Serious,
yeah, usually.
Oh, yeah, we talked about how offers that come early are always the most serious.
Yes.
Correct.
Because they've been beat out a couple times.
Yeah.
Beat up by the market. It happens to all of us.
So, but my advice would be take that property off the market. Just like if you're a guy and you meet this great girl, or you're a girl and you meet a great guy, take that crap off the market, man. Don't let anybody else get in there. Lock it up. That's right.
Lock it up. I'll share another real estate tidbit for people out there, which I think it's changing. Real estate is constantly changing, especially in San Diego. So I wanted to kick it old school, and usually a process we did old school is we'll take our offers and we'll multiple counter everybody.
Right.
We'll weed it down and get to the best terms and price out of all the offers.
Right.
But given the state of things now, these buyers are writing such strong, good offers right off the bat.
Yeah.
There's no need to multiple counter people now.
No, that's a good point.
You only get one shot at this. We're probably just going to take an offer tonight.
I think that's probably the best bet.
So it's like, just put your best foot forward.
Yeah. Well, the other thing, too, is if you're a seller and you think like, oh, we should just go back and try to get more and more. What happens is the longer that you drag that process out, the more burned out that person gets. So what Glenn's talking about is smart, which is if you got a great offer and it sticks out above the rest, there's nothing wrong with just taking it.
Yeah.
Like tighten up some terms, take it, and get that buyer and take them off the market, just like a buyer needs to take a property off the market. Same thing.
Exactly. It's a match made in heaven.
Match made in heaven. Yeah.
And then they love your house, and I'm trying to think of what we did with the love letters. Our sellers wanted them, so all love letters went to the seller.
There we go. See? There we go. Thanks, Car.
Oh, look right here. I'm getting a phone call on the trusty Bat Watch.
Oh, no.
No, viewings are closed. No viewings for you. Sorry.
Oh, no. So anyway, I think that we learned a lot from Florida. It's a manic market there too, by the way. Not to discount what's going on there. It is manic there.
Yep.
I think here's crazy. I was going to tell you too. I was looking for properties for a client of ours that we were interviewing, and I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5 zip codes. I think Tammy, you helped set up a search, and there was like 13 properties in 5 zip codes available below like $1 million.
Wow.
And these aren't beach communities. These are inland communities. Makes no sense. We have no inventory here. So if you have inventory out there, you want to sell your house, you contact us.
Yes, contact us, please.
Yeah.
We'll sell. We're really good at selling it for a lot of money.
It'll be way over ask price. So yeah. You got anything else to say before we part?
I think we'll save appraisals.
We're going to save appraisals for another day.
Comment from the Peanut Gallery. I think we'll save it. That's a whole nother conversation.
Thanks a lot out there.
Actually, to tell you the truth, I'll tease Tammy's podcast a little bit on Under Contract. She has a much better appraisal story than anything we can talk about.
Oh, my God. Which one are we talking about? You guys don't even believe this.
You know exactly what we're talking about.
The one that just happened.
Friars.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh,
yeah. Way to drop an F-bomb on our show.
Anyway, with that, folks, we're going to wrap up this episode of the Property Guys podcast.
Yes, we are.
I'm Frederick.
I'm Glenn.
Thanks.
Oh, wait.
What?
Let's thank our sponsors.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. We always forget to do that. Go ahead.
As always, we thank you to Ryan and Darren at Hot Mortgage.
Thanks, guys.
We always like to thank Alexi Hutchins with First American.
Absolutely.
And Sarah Gallegos with Open Escrow. I'm literally looking at her office right there across the road.
Absolutely.
I don't know how it flaked out.
Thank you to Stormy Kadar for doing our production here today. We appreciate it and putting up with our nonsense.
Stormy, thank you for giving me a little
cheat
sheet.
And being a trooper on our trip to Florida because she saw the back side and the deep, dark secrets of the Property Guys.
That's right. It was a very intense trip, I'm sure.
Okay, anyway, again, I'm Frederick.
I'm Glenn.
And we're the Property Guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Later. Peace.